Good morning. How's everybody? It's a Monday. It's a holiday down here. Uh, so it's kind of quiet. I've been trying to fix some things and I can't. I've got a trackball mouse that won't work. I've got a operating system that's not working on my other computer. We'll just have to sit around and see what I can figure out. I'm pretty good at this, but we'll see what happens. I just exhausted everything with the trackball. I did it. It installs properly. It's just certain functions won't work, and that's that. I'm not playing with it anymore. It's too much work. You know what I'm saying? Much too much work. Okay, so Trump. First of all, let's go. Sunday football was kind of dragging and boring because nobody was really starting. But the other guys are showing a lot of spunk, so some of these old starters like Rodgers and Russell and a few others of them, I think it's about time they retired or they're about to face some very bad times. I don't know how much the Giants are into with Russell Wilson, but he needs to go. You don't have to start Dart, but you can just look at it differently, and start somebody else or something like that, or get a veteran quarterback. This guy's not the answer to the problem. All right, so Trump. Oh God, I may throw up over this one. He says he told Zelensky that if he wants the peace, he's got to give up the Crimea and make sure and swears never to join NATO. And these are two things that I don't think he's going to do. So Trump's going to blame Zelensky for the failure of the peace talks, where it's really his fault because he got outplayed by you know who. That's what happens, folks. You know. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Now, moving right along. What's going to happen today? Oh, they're all meeting today in Washington. That's why I get confused because today's a holiday down here. So the Zelensky's bringing a bunch of people with them. Leaders from the EU, which is smart because Trump's going to rant and rave. Trump's not stable. I mean, Trump wants to sell out so that he can get all Trump is interested in right now is the Nobel Peace Prize. So if he has to sell out Zelensky in order to get it, he'll do it. This is the shit you're dealing with, people. This is a guy that doesn't care about you, your mother, your daughter, your children, nobody. All he cares about is himself. And now, he won't do nothing unless there's a benefit to him in some manner, shape, or form. Okay? So if you don't have the money to buy favors from this government, you're shit out of luck. And he's going to use the ICE people as his private little group of thugs. None of these people are real training. None of these people have ever gone through law enforcement. They're just given an assignment to get as many people that look like they're foreigners off the field, off the streets. That's why we're not planning any trips up there. And I've told my friends not to plan any trips up there. It's just not a great idea. Because I don't have documentation to fly as an American citizen to fly from city to city. You have to have a driver's license. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have a birth certificate. I've been down here for 20 years, so all that stuff is gone. And I don't, I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars to fly to New York City to find a hospital. It cost me $100 just to take a taxi there, and then I don't know that's where I have to go. So, we're going to do some research on that because my wife's going to need it for Social Security when I die. But anyhow, I'm not going to the U.S. anymore. Pretty much done with it. Uh, I've told people if I could maintain my Social Security, I would give up my U.S. citizenship tomorrow morning. That's an expensive proposition. They don't let you just walk away. You got all this documentation you have to erase and stuff like this. It's really pretty crazy. You have to give up all this shit, and you have to do all these documents, and it gets kind of expensive. So I'll just sit here and mind my own business, maybe. Heh, doubt it. All right. What else is going on? Uh, I had a story. There was another story too. Let's see. Let's go back here. Yes, to give up the Crimea and agree never to join NATO. I don't know whether that's what he's going to do or not. I think he's. Uh, I think what they want to do is they want to take the U.S. out of NATO. I think NATO wants the U.S. to get out of NATO. I just think because he is too much of a problem at times. Let's see what we're doing here. Wow. Sonola's getting wiped out. Homicides are 400% up in Mexico in that area. Wow. Arrest of a cartel kingpin in Texas spurs record levels of violence in Mexican state. This is not a good story. Aaron is playing havoc with the beaches in the U.S. on the East Coast. The hurricane, deadly rip currents. I know a beach. It used to be a bar. I forget the name of the bar. To the surf club, and it was in Ortley Beach, and we would go there, and that had the nastiest undertow in the area. You got to see this. The lifeguards looked like they belonged on one of Steve Reeves' Hercules movies or something like that. These guys were unbelievable. They're nice guys, but man, if you got in trouble, especially since the bar was on the beach. And no restrictions whatsoever, But that's going on down there. And I don't know. Let's go over here and see what we got over here. Because CNN is down here on the internet anyhow. What can I tell you? J.D. Vance is another vacation. You guys know this is his sixth vacation in 6 months or something. This is to the United Kingdom, which the U.S. is paying for. We are paying for it. And they're not happy with him over there, so. But he's supposed to be at this Zelensky meeting today, so I don't know what's going on there. But, I'm telling you this. They're agreeing with me here that, Trump is doing this shit simply to get the... he doesn't care about something. He doesn't care about anything outside his, lying golf game. So he's looking for the Nobel Peace Prize. And I don't know. If he gets it, then that just diminishes the value of a Nobel Peace Prize. I'll tell you that right now. But this is really stupid stuff going on around here. It says the Texas Democrats may have finally cracked the best way to fight Trump. Well, we'll see. He's got a lot of options, because he's paying everybody, he's threatening everybody, so Says here Trump's second summit with Putin was worse than the first. And emboldened, Europe goes into White House today with Zelensky. And said, but one thing Trump got from Putin has nothing to do with the war in the Ukraine. I haven't had time to read that to you, but I will check it out later and come back with it tomorrow, maybe. You know how I am. I forget shit. Domestic violence. Conservatives are claiming victory over Costco. I don't know what Costco did. Probably something with their employees. This, people ask me something, and this is something that I've known for a while. But they asked me, said, how come these guys are racist now? Were they always racist? How come racism is such a big issue? Well, old money was always racist, and people didn't understand that. The so-called liberals and Democrats, or Democrats, whatever you wanted to call them, liberals, were afraid of race riots and whatnot, and so they decided to do something about this situation, and they fixed things. And that's what they should have done in the first place. They should have fixed things. But they didn't, and that was a terrible, terrible issue. And I talked to people during the Newark riots. I was in the streets of Newark riots, and I talked to the people that lived there, and they said, look what they're doing to our neighborhood. They destroyed all the markets, and the riots are stupid. You don't accomplish anything with riots. They didn't get the anti-segregation bills through and whatnot. LBJ got them through it, and Martin Luther King, when he was alive, is part of the reason that happened. Got nothing to do with the riots. Because the riots are people that are just looking for to steal stuff, steal stuff and settle debts, settle personal grievances by, killing somebody that, they can probably get away with at that particular time and place, Not something that you can do at make sure that they don't get caught doing this stuff. Now, CBS News is installing a glorified snitch to make sure they don't offend Trump. Fuck Trump. What are you going to do when somebody else gets in there? What's CBS going to do if the Democrats win? They're going to turn into Fox News and just complain the whole time and then make sure nothing gets done? It's racism, I mean, old money's always been racist. They had to keep quiet for a long time because of what was going on. The people in charge, would have caused them grief. LBJ got these laws pushed through and everything like that. That supposedly it was Kennedy's idea. I don't know exactly if it was or not. I think a lot of it was Martin Luther King. And when you can bring 1 million people, over 1 million people to the lawn in Washington, D.C., and sit there and give a speech that's probably one of the most famous ever given by anybody, you're a pretty special guy. And he was, from what I understand, growing up, being alive as long as I have, I figured out one thing of importance is that nobody's perfect. Nobody's 100% perfect, But there are people that are 100% bad, and that's Donald, because he's what the term is narcissism, where he sits around and he tells people that, you know, this is what he wants to do. What the hell just happened? Wow, it just jumped. My computer's working by itself. There's something radically wrong here. We'll have to figure that out later on. But that's the big deal there, you know. You stuff happens and it shouldn't happen, man. But it did, and now you got racism all over the place, and these people are jump up and down. You know, this is the guy that said, "I can't get a job as an accountant because of they gave it to a black person." Well, did you study accounting? No. Well, there you got it. Were your grades as good as his? No. Well, there you got it. You know, I mean, there was some affirmative action and whatnot. I mean, but that's some people pushed it too far. That happens all the time. You know, Trump is doing stuff to screw with people that's hurting his party too. You know, like the stuff he's messing with Newman in California, and that's just screwing it. You know, he's going to lose votes because of this, and he just thinks it's, you know, he doesn't care. He thinks he can stand up there and say whatever the hell he wants, and there's no consequences to it. And at the moment, there aren't many consequences to it. But if he allows the elections, and if they're semi-fair or whatever, just, you know, people are whatever, they get to vote and get to choose, he's in deep shit because nobody likes him. And I'm assuming he's going to be around then, but you know, he's in 2026. That's only a year and a half away. But look at me, you know. I mean, how much have my legs and whatnot degenerated in 6 months? Is, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Okie dokie, people. All right, we're going back to, let's see what's going on over here. So anyhow, I look at this. Well, there's another guy. Okay, we'll read this article and see what happens. It's about the mouse I just threw in the garbage. Marjorie Taylor suffers a traumatic psychotic. Let me tell you something. There's nothing psychotic about there. She is a narcissist to the greatest degree. She just wants to see her names in the paper. She doesn't care if it's good or bad. You know, Trump likes to see good stuff about him. He's not real happy when he sees bad stuff. Marjorie doesn't care. Marjorie absolutely doesn't care. All right, let's see what we're doing here, where we're at. All right, we've been on a long time today. My wandering and my slow talking. Anyhow, do me a favor, please subscribe. Oh, I got some good, nice compliments over the weekend and everything from people, and I truly appreciate it, folks. Even if I don't mention your name, I can't mention your personal name because I don't know where to find it, but I'll find it somehow or another. I told you I'm not a computer genius. I'm not a software genius as much as I am a mechanical. A great deal of mechanical aptitude with computers and stuff like that, rebuilding them and what have you. But anyhow, that's it for today. Subscribe, comment, which some of you have absolutely taken that to heart, and I appreciate that too. Anything you do, I really, truly appreciate it. So let's try and get up to maybe, I have a goal of getting before my 80th birthday, of getting 100 or 200 subscribers, and we'll see what happens. We got 6 months to do that, but I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. And it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen, okay? So I'm not going to get excited about that. Uh, I've got a bad spot in my, just noticed that. I got a bad spot in my computer screen. Okay, you guys take care, and I will see you. Oh no, not tomorrow during the day, because I won't be around during the day. I have doctor's appointments, but I'll be live tomorrow night between say 7 and 8 o'clock. Okay, sometime between there I'll be on. Okay, and I'll be on for at least a half hour, maybe longer. All right. So everybody take care. I'll see you tomorrow night.